What's up guys, it's Slushropes, and today we're just gonna talk about something that I should have talked about a while back, but never got to it. But it doesn't matter because we're here now. But a question I've been getting a lot is, what's the difference between slush ropes and all the other ropes out there? And so in this video, that's exactly what we're gonna be talking about. And one really cool thing that I can tell you is that per request, I'm gonna do like a visual comparison side by side, so you guys can kind of see, kind of see from the screen like the physical differences. And the best part is I'm gonna be using ropes that you might already have, or at least ropes that you are familiar with. So let's get to it. All right, cool. So welcome back. First thing I just want to say is all the ropes that's not slush ropes are ropes that I actually use. These ropes are ropes that give value to my training, to my flow life, and I love them all equally. We're gonna talk about a little bit more about that. But the first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna introduce you guys to the OG rope that I feel like, in my opinion, you just need to have it. It's kind of like you just need to have it. But this is the RMT rope right here. This rope is about, I don't know, like 18 months old. This is from WEC Method, if you guys didn't know. And to be honest, I don't think that you can still get it in this kind of like this style. I think that they might have discontinued it because I ordered another one sometime a few months ago, and they shipped me a black one, like a solid black one. And so that one also is like a different feel, but this is what I have. This is what a lot of people might have, or at least think of when they refer to the RMT rope. And so while we're doing this, we are going to mark this as a standard size rope, and it'll make sense in a little bit after I show you guys, but we're just going to put it on the side, and I'm going to show you the next rope. This rope right here is made by Octamoves, and this is called the Phoenix rope. This rope right here is magic, guys. I love this rope. This is actually my second pair. If you guys didn't know, Octamoves was the first company to believe in me. They sponsored me. They sent me a bunch of ropes, and just very kind people, very supportive, and I can't say enough great things about them. And so yeah, this rope right here is kind of like iconic. If you are in the rope flow community, you'd freaking see this red rope and you'd know it's an Octa rope. And so yeah, this second rope, we're also gonna mark this as a standard size rope. And don't worry, I'm gonna show you guys a little bit more of a close-up in a little bit. And then another rope that I'm gonna show you guys is this winding ropes. This is actually a collab rope that I have with them, and another great rope, to be honest. Is super flowy. This one, I can't really say that it's like a standard size rope just because it's slightly thicker, right? It's slightly thicker than the RMT rope or the Phoenix rope, but what I can say is like the weight is pretty solid on this one. But for the sake of the conversation, we are just going to mark this as a standard size rope, just because the difference is very small. And so the next thing I'm going to introduce to you guys is my Protohype. This one right here is the Protohype Electric. And so in case you guys didn't know, when I talk about Protohype, I'm not only talking about the rope, but I'm also talking about the size. And so the Protohype Electric, Protohype OG, Bolt, even the Slush Daddy Perp, the SMF rope, most of my ropes are the same size. And the reason for that was because when I started out Slushropes, I was trying to solve a problem that I freaking had. And, my problem was, at that time, I didn't even know winding ropes yet. I was using my RMT rope, but mostly I was using my Phoenix rope. And I was hitting this plateau where I'm like, okay, like, this needs to get a little bit more challenging. Like, I just felt like I was stuck and I couldn't grow. And I was like, I need to do something about it, because I feel like everything just feels the same, and, I just feel like I'm not getting challenged. And so I figured like, okay, so I'm definitely not looking for heavy ropes, because you know, when you use heavy ropes, it's like a different intent, and you know, you don't really exactly flow the same way. Of course, heavier rope, you know, it's just like a different experience. And so I was like, okay, so we have all these heavy ropes, and then we have these like standard size ropes. Like, what can I do to fix this problem? And so after a few months of research and development, I was just like, you know, I figured it out. I was like, why won't I create and design like a happy medium, you know, not a heavy rope, but still like a little bit thicker, and, you know, a little bit, you know, like heavier than like a standard size rope. And so you know, this is where the Protohype comes in. I don't know if you guys know, but there was a time before I kind of like officially started, I was just like selling the Protohype on Etsy, and you know, I was super surprised like with just how many people were like supportive of that. And I didn't really expect for, you know, for the size to be accepted so well. And here we are today, you know, just coming out with different types of ropes that are pretty much the Protohype size. And so what we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna show you guys my Protohype, and in comparison to the RMT rope. All right, and so just so you guys know, this Protohype Electric is like super old. This is like when I had reflectors on it, and now like I took it out. It's a long story, but like this is, you know, handles, right? This is like, we can compare and contrast it. Yeah, there you go. So this by itself, you can already tell your grip is definitely going to be different, obviously. And in terms of diameter, we can go just like that. You can already tell that there is a huge difference in terms of diameter. And so, you know, I'm just going to put the RMT rope right there and kind of like show you guys as well. With the Protohypes, what's really, really cool, and I don't think that I talk about this enough, but with the Protohype Electric, like this one's fairly new. This is actually fairly new. All right, so it starts out like this, and it ends up, you know, like with wear and tear. This rope, the reason why I say it's a rope that you grow with but you can't outgrow is because this rope actually expands. It opens up, and so the more that you use it, you know, like the rope opens up a little bit more. And what that means for you is, because the diameter of the rope, you know, slightly gets bigger, what do you think happens to the drag of the rope? Like, of course it's gonna drag harder. And you know, we can even just compare it from the bottom, the center of the rope, which is the rope, which is the part that is mostly used, and we can compare it with, you know, like a part of the rope that doesn't really get used a lot. And so you can really tell the difference, you know. This rope, all the Protohypes opens up, and I think that I should really talk about it more. But yeah, now that you guys know, that is kind of like one big difference. And so in comparison, because I know you guys want to see that too, to the Phoenix rope, I'm going to show you guys the difference. So this is the difference right here. Again, like just grip alone, you could kind of see the difference right here. And then in diameter, this is kind of like what we're looking at. Cool. Awesome. And so, you know, at the end of the day, what I can say is like everyone just has a different, you know, has a different goal. What feels good for me might not feel good for you. And I think that there's nothing really wrong with trying different ropes. I encourage you guys to actually try different brands, just so you could kind of also explore. But yeah, hopefully this video was helpful to you guys. I hope that the ropes that I showcased help you guys kind of like find a point of reference when I talk about my ropes, and how much thicker, like at least, you know, how much thicker they are compared to like this rope and this rope. And yeah, so if you guys have any more questions, let me know. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube. Just email me. You can find me anywhere. See you guys.